You're watching Alabama's WVUA News at 10.
And thanks for joining us tonight. I'm John Huddleston. It has now been 24 hours since longtime Penn State coach Joe Paterno was fired, and still tonight, many fans are reeling from the dismissal. Everyone is weighing in on the matter, including Pennsylvania's governor. Tom Corbett says the University Board of Trustees made the right decision in ousting the coach and Penn State President Graham Spanier. Critics say Paterno, the winningest coach in major college football, and Spanier didn't do enough back in 2002 when a graduate assistant reported seeing Jerry Sandusky sexually assaulting a young boy in a shower at the campus football complex. Governor Corbett says now is the time to focus on the victims.
As a state, though, we now need to focus. And we have focused, but we need to refocus where it should be, on the victims. We need to identify these victims of sexual abuse. We need to find them. We need to help them. They are our children.
And earlier tonight, it was reported that Paterno has now hired a criminal defense attorney in case any charges are brought against him. And in the wake of the Penn State sex abuse scandal, some may have questions what they should do if they witness a similar situation. WVUA's Sarah Chavnik has more of what you should know.
You're talking about somebody that can't protect themselves, and hopefully everybody would have the moral fiber, the wherewithal to, regardless of the repercussions of employment or whatever, to report something if they believe that it was going on.
According to statistics by the National Center for Victims of Crime, 1 in every 4 girls and 1 in every 6 boys will be sexually abused before the age of 18. The study noted that the most common age of children abused is between the ages of 7 and 13. But according to Tuscaloosa County District Attorney Tommy Smith, quite often it isn't until years later that the crime is even reported.
Very often, and really more often than not, it's an adult that's relaying what happened to them when they were a child. But in Alabama, those kinds of offenses where it's a child involved has no statute of limitations, and it doesn't matter how long ago that it occurred, 3 years, 10 years, 30 years, it does not matter.
According to the National Alert Registry, 90% of victims never report their abuse. Smith says if you or somebody you know is being abused, it is imperative to report the crime despite possible ramifications.
One thing people need to know, they are immune from any kind of civil or criminal liability if they make these good faith reports. So they should not hold back simply because they're worried about what that someone may come back on them, for instance.
There's a lot of victims out there in Tuscaloosa that whether an adult knows about it or doesn't know about it, it's going unreported. And of course, if we don't know about it, there's nothing we can do about it. And those children continue to be victims.
Officials encourage anybody with any information to report the crime to police, and most importantly, follow up with any allegations. For WVUA News, I'm Sarah Chavnik.
And if you suspect anyone you know is being sexually abused, or if you have any type of question, call the Tuscaloosa Police Department. That number 205-349-2121.